mighty sword of the five animals, given with one purpose only: to find, amongst a bunch of clumsy amateurs, the only one worthy of carrying it, to find the chosen one. Join us now, when it is about time to find the true Hidden Warrior Champion!
Hello and welcome to this year's Hidden Warrior Championship. I'm your host, Benjo, and I have with me Steve, the organizer of this year's championship. Hello, Steve.
Thank you for welcoming me, Benjo.
You're welcome. So I heard there are a few novelties for this year. So what will the participants be doing this year?
This year they show a form, like a traditional internal martial art form. And afterwards they even show an application of this form, so they can show that they actually really have also an understanding how to use the movements of the forms in application, and that our judges will be able to see if they also have a sense of fighting in their movements.
Well, that sounds interesting, like form and function. So I see we have here a sword. Can you explain what it's for?
Yeah, the sword is this year's prize, you can say, and it will be the prize that will travel from champion to champion. So whenever someone will get the title of the champion, he will hold the sword, he will have it as a trophy and be allowed to wear it and also, of course, to practice with it. And if he cannot defend his title, the next competition, he will have to give it to the next champion.
Wow, I'd for sure have that. Okay. Coming on to the next topic, last year's champion, Kerem. What is up?
Yeah, she had to vacate the title. She cannot be here today. So yeah, maybe one time she will come back and want to fight for her title back. But now this time we have to find a new champion and see in the future what will happen.
And I've heard that this year we have special guests, or should I say, judges.
Yeah, this year we have three judges with us. You could say three WDP legends. We have Ismet Himmet, who is the founder of WDP. We have Norman Turek, the co-founder of WDP, and we have Raphael, who was the leading head of Wudang Deutschland for a very, very long time. So three people that really are experts in martial arts will rate our students and evaluate their performances.
Oh wow, like no pressure for our participants, I guess.
The competition rules. Every athlete is showing today a form plus two applications out of the same sequence. For form and application, each participant has one chance only. Retries are not allowed. To the point system. Every athlete gets, according to the experience level and form difficulty, a certain advantage or disadvantage in the very beginning with the preset points. That means the more experienced one is, the less preset points he or she will get. The more difficult the performed form is, the more points are given in the difficult level. The second and more crucial part of the point system is the judges' scores. The judges will evaluate the forms with the key points of power, lightness, depth, rhythm, and precision. The application part will add the point of application sense to each athlete's performance. Every key point of that score system will be rated from 1 to 5 points, so that the athlete who will collect the most points given by the preset points and our three expert judges will win these championships today.
And any last words?
Yeah, good luck to every participant of this competition, and let's find the new Hidden Warrior champion.
My name is Stacia. My school name is Stacia Gonzalez. I don't know if I will feel ready, really, because I think I could practice it for longer, and I will practice it for longer. I will not lie, so of course I care about it, and I would like to see a good performance of mine. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit afraid of losing balance or not do my best, but I think it's part of the game.
Okay, let's start with the first form. I have here today with me Daniel again.
What's up?
And he will be part of the commentator team. Later also Benjo will join us here in the seats. But yeah, let's start first with Stacia Gonzalez. She will show today the Mianjiang Taiji Churn. She practiced this form for 4 months now.
Oh, really? Okay.
And yeah, it's a difficult form in the Taiji universe, but it's also just the 3 out of 5 in our system now, rating system here. She is in the school for 2.5 years, so she's also one of the more experienced competitors here now in this competition.
Yes.
Yeah, but she looks confident also in a way.
Definitely.
I think with a slow opening here.
Yeah, taking the time.
Yeah, the Mianzhang Taiji Churn has like many slow parts, slow motions, but then also suddenly explosive and strong slapping motions. Yeah, also with Fali. So yeah, we'll be also curious to hear what you will think about her Fali, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to how she can mix those qualities. Huh?
Yeah, and this was really nice.
Yes.
This part of the flying arms, the cloud hands. This position is called pushing the ox aside.
Really? I thought
Yes.
it's a mountain.
Or the mountain, it's different names there.
Okay.
And yeah, so far she looks sharp. She looks very sharp. The slow motions look slow enough and
She changes
harmonic.
The speed, the balance is there. Till now.
And also the power parts look strong, no?
Yeah, definitely. She has the power.
Even without being a Baji or Shingi practitioner, she has the Fali power so far.
Yes.
Where do you think this is coming from?
No, she has a strong personality. Like
I tell you where, it's from the Wave Power program.
Ah, okay. Of course it is. No, but you're right. Of course, she also practices the explosiveness, so it's not magic.
Yeah, and I say everything clean. The stance is clean, the motions are clean. So you can see here that she's practicing this form for longer than 4 weeks compared to other competitors here.
There's rhythm, there's control, there's the balance is there. She doesn't rush.
Yeah, I like it because the slow parts are slow, but not too slow. You still stay wanting to watch, and you still stay excited.
Yeah, you see the flow also. Like
Yeah, and it's not too fast that you would not see the connectivity that she is spreading in each motion. So
yes.
I like this. Wow, this is really good. Boom, into a Shingi motion, P-turn.
Oh, this is really nice.
Yeah, really great dragon motions. Yeah, Daniel, you will be later on also in the show.
Yeah.
You have already quite a good challenge here.
Of course, all the people here practice hard, so I wouldn't underestimate any of them. I think it's more a matter of if you can perform it in this one moment the way you want to.
Yeah, this is true. Because as you know here, everyone has just one shot, yeah, for the forms, but also for the applications. Everything is it's not live, but it's a one-try show here. So
yeah, it's not like do it until it looks good. Like it's okay if it looks bad, then you messed up.
yeah, and also in the interviews before, you heard already people are nervous, like in a competition. Yeah, they are taking it not too light.
It's also nice. It's also how it should be. Oh, really nice.
Oh,
arriving also on point.
Perfect, on point. Yeah, I have to say this was for her level and her experience, it was a almost perfect performance in my opinion.
Very clean. Like she could do you see that she did what she wanted to do.
Okay, and let's come now to the applications from Stacia. I'm curious if she can bring this good performance from today also into her application to her partner.
Yeah, it's a different thing to apply the movements. Actually, like they don't apply like one-to-one to another person. Like you need to have some kind of experience and feeling into practice this also.
Yeah, and have a general application sense. Yeah? And she is in the combat team, so she should have it.
Yeah.
And here she shows this slapping hand motion as a fighting, as a fist fighting application. It looked good. It can be faster. Let's see what is the next thing. Okay. And I think the second application will be a takedown of her. So let's see how she brings this movement into a takedown now.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay, yeah. The stance in the end could be a bit more solid, but it's difficult. You're on one leg, you pull your leg back and you try to stay stable. This one was much better. You saw her leg going up like crazy. I really enjoyed
There you also saw like the technique, how it's supposed to work, that you push the other one's hip with your leg up and then throw him over.
Yeah, I would say I like the second the takedown more even than the striking
It's
today.
also a really realistic common throw in judo and stuff. Like.
Hi, my name is Andreas. I prepared not so much as the others. Actually, I had a parallel activity. I don't feel ready so much. Maybe ready enough, but not completely ready. I think I'm potential one, but maybe not this year.
Okay, now we come to the second competitor for today. One of the less experienced one. Daniel, you want to give us the stats of Andreas?
Yeah, and Andreas is here now since a year. He does the Thai 18 form, the first form you usually start to practice in the Thai. And he also did like the same amount of time, like started 4 weeks ago as most of the others. The form difficulty for the 18 form, because it's like pretty short. It's a 2 from the difficulty.
2 out of 5, and I'm curious what he will do out of it.
Yes.
He also said in the interview he didn't have too much time as the others to practice because he had also work to do and other
he's
obligations.
Also working. Yeah, let's see how he still like trains good. So let's see how this translates.
Okay. And here I directly notice his pants, you see, like it's more like a karate pants than kung fu. You think it's fitting for this form?
I don't know.
But this is his style, this is Andreas, and I like it that he brings it onto the competition stage.
Yeah, why not like show how you feel comfortable or how you want to present yourself. So it's not too like sticking out, can also be a good thing. So taking his time.
Yeah, but just for the viewers, as I noticed, he will not do a karate form. It's still Thai
I hope
Jang.
he won't do a karate form.
Yeah, and this opening I was not really able to teach him the last days. So I sent him a video. He learned it from a video.
Really?
And for this I feel like he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, so this is good. Like you can see that he can use the basic training he did to learn from the video. Of course, there are things details you can add. But
and also here a small shaking.
Shake.
Yeah.
Nothing too bad.
Here we see the big opening of the crane into the turtle. And yeah, there's the question, if your 5 animals are solid, then also this will look solid.
Yes.
Yeah, arriving good here into the snake, sting, the falling palm. Yeah, he's arriving precise, for this time he invested for training, and really actually a good performance. Strong Fali here. What do you say about this?
Yeah, good. For like 1 year of practice here, I think it's pretty solid. Was another side shake. bit of a karate stance at the end.
Yeah, but he brings also the spirit in, you know. I feel like you see the
definitely.
will and good performance for this time.
Yeah, he also has
Yeah, great.
the expression eyes are there.
But we also have to say, and we will see this maybe now in the application part, he is coming from a boxing background.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the applications should look solid of him. And I feel also the spirit of the boxing you saw now in the 18 form.
Yeah, you can definitely see if people also practice fighting or back fist.
Yeah, you have basically also a boxing application here, right?
Yeah.
Like giving a back fist with the snake and then the turn of the snake, like in the form, but also something not too uncommon for boxing.
No, the spinning back fist you see, like you don't see it too often, but it can be a powerful tool. You can use it.
This is usually a Gong bugler, I think,
Yes.
this one.
Karate
I'm happy that in the form he did it better, because now it's not counting anymore for the judges here. Now the application is...
Yeah. And of course, in the application, it doesn't have to be one or the other. The stance is adjusting to your opponent.
Yeah, you see here a nice, like, it's kind of a single leg out of the form. And then he's arriving also in a nice, the BJJ friends will be happy. Yeah, he's arriving in a side mount, controlling the partner directly on the floor.
Yeah, often it's you can also like it's also like a strategy to, or like it's also good to go with the other one to the floor and keep the control over there, rather than just throwing him away and waiting till he gets up again.
Hello, my name is Marthe. I come from France. So the preparation was like about 2-3 weeks, quite intense. I feel ready, but also I know it's not finished. But yeah, like it was a good journey. It was a good journey, the training, and it was interesting to push me in this frame. Yeah, it was a good experience for me.
Okay, then we come to the third competitor, Marthe. And she is practicing Kung Fu with us since 1.5 years. She's showing Bagua Zhang.
Yes.
Yeah? And her form she's doing for also almost 1 year. Yeah, with this she's doing, she has the most experience in her form now. Yeah. But it's also fair because Bagua is really difficult to perform nice and perform safe, so it's still okay. And yeah, she the form is a difficulty 3 out of 5, then like most of the forms. And I'm curious to see what she will bring us here now.
Yeah, she practiced like since the beginning. She started with the Bagua, no, and she was really diligent with it. Even when it's too like it gets also after a time it gets tough and boring to always practice the same stuff. She goes through everything and just keeps going.
She sticks on the material, and works hard with it even, and stays motivated. Yeah, even now in this preparation, she was super motivated, and this is not easy when you practice a form long like this already.
Yeah.
And this form is also not easy because she has to set the steps perfect. There's a specific amount of steps you have to bring to arrive to specific positions in the Bagua circle or 8 octagon. And this she learned also just a couple of weeks ago. And so far she has perfect arrivings. She has even nice power, no? What do you say?
The Fali came really nice. Also pretty sharp, the elbows. Like it was pretty on point. She's turning well, the balance is there, flow is there. Like it looks really nice. Also how she expands and contracts, you can see.
Wow, this was great. This was great. And now the kick, boom. Not the greatest angle.
Yeah.
But I think so far the judges are happy here.
Yeah. I hope they are.
But a slight uncleanness was there to see, I saw there in the one leg stance, but
of course
it shall be forgiven to her. And there's the next shake on the one leg. Yeah, I think it's difficult to bring this one leg things on point in competition. Sometimes you shake.
Also, the more you want out of it, the riskier it gets to get a shake, you know.
And also this part is super. She's doing a 360-degree turn and still has to be on balance when she arrives. So it's super difficult. But here you see really free step work when she went after the tiger push into the forming the ball. And here we have a nice end.
Nice.
And she's not arriving exactly in the point where she started. What is for Bagua usually, especially in this form with the specific steps, it should happen. Yeah. But let's see what the judges how they will rate it and how it will influence her score. Okay, so a very good performance from Mart here in the forms. Let's see if she's not in the combat team, I have to say, how she will perform with a partner. I'm actually really curious here.
So let's see who's her partner. Stacia.
Yeah, so she shows the first movement, the first palm, pushing the mountain one-handed to pushing the boat downstream, and what she will do out of it.
Let's see if Stacia becomes the boat.
Okay, palm change to block the hands, and then she's having here a China wrist lock.
Yeah. This is for me like the classic Aikido thing. Like,
yeah, but I have to say here, Aikido, yes, but you know, Aikido copied a lot from the Bagua work.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, or Aikido was inspired, as I know, the founder of Aikido was very much inspired by Bagua.
Okay.
So it's not a shame.
Yeah, nothing against Aikido. So just
application looks like this. Yeah. Okay, the second one. Now you will tell me it's like judo. Because it's a hip throw. Let's see how she will bring it here. Palm jumping in. The jump in looked a bit too light for me, but in a way she still stays stable in the throw, you know, and this makes it also not too bad. Especially not bad because she is not really practicing a lot combat. Yeah. And I feel still she shows like the ability to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Like for not practicing combat, she can do this throw in a basic way, and you can see that.
Yeah, great work here from Mart on all levels, application form-wise. Yeah. What did you like more, her form or her application?
The form definitely, but yeah. The form was pretty nice, but also the application was solid.
Hello, I'm Tamar from Israel. I prepared for the last month, just learning the sequence. Worked a lot about balance on one leg. This was, I felt, my main focus. And in the last week, also a lot about expressions. I feel it's a good, exciting feeling, like a bit nervous, but a bit also happy to show. No, I think Daniel is the next hidden warrior champion.
Okay, now we come to Tamar, and I have now Benjo with me commentating together. Benjo, you want to give us the stats of Tamar?
So we have here competitor Tamar, and she's been staying in the school for a year. She's been learning this form, the Xiao Yao Zhang. It's a reference to Taoist classics. She's been learning this form for about 4 weeks. And the difficulty announced of this form is 3 out of 5. Let's see her performance.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. She's coming in really calm.
Yes, an entrance composed, as performers usually are. Yeah, we can see here, she's taking her time, calm the spirit, get in the body.
Yeah, it's always good to take your time before starting the form to bring something into your body and to arrive into the body.
Right. Now she's about to start. You can see already from the beginning there's a lot of flow in the motion. Each movement is followed by simultaneous rotation of the dantian. It's nice.
Yeah, and it's not easy to make the small motions connected with the center. Yeah, this is already difficult. Yeah, and of course here in this opening you can stand better. She was shaking a bit, I would say, but she managed to do it in a way that it didn't was too visible.
Yes, exactly. I think it's part of the improvisation skill that if you see that you're not stable in a position, you switch to the next so that it's more in the motion rather than showing that you can't stand there. Here's a bit of Fali.
How do you like this Fali so far?
Yeah,
First two motions?
The first two are nice. Let's see the rest. I'm very critical on this topic. Here's a stance on one leg, which was perfectly balanced.
Yeah, she also said in the beginning interview she practiced balance a lot. What you need here for this form, because you have many one-leg stances, and okay, if this in the beginning was the only small shaker, then it was still worth it to practice a lot balance.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, and so far I see a lot of rhythm changes as well, going from very slow part to very fast. Quite controlled, I have to say.
Yeah, this is classic Tai, like this changes, and you want to show this two extremes of fast motions and slow motion, control motions. Show this like yin and yang in their clean shapes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kick was a bit shy for my taste there, but it's still a nice stance on one leg. And generally also, I didn't mention it because it's obvious for me, but the low stances are pretty hard to perform. My knees can attest of that.
Yeah, to do the stances this low and also to express the strengths in the stances she has, it's not so easy.
Yeah, I think the power didn't go until the elbow, but the following motion is quite nice.
Yeah, the changing hands can be faster and more light, but I think at least she arrived in a really stable stance in the end. This was really cool.
What I notice also is the face, the look, and the hands are really expressive.
Yeah, this gesture is doing really a good job. Also expressing things with the eyes. Yeah, all in all, a really good performance, no? What do you say, Benjamin?
Yeah, I find it quite good.
Nice. Okay, and I'm really curious now in the next part if she will be able to show also her application skill out of this form. Okay, this is the motion she's showing now that is from the form, the elbow that you criticized a bit. Let's see if in application she can show it better, that the power goes there.
Let's see. See, her partner has a desire to save her life with this body armor. Must be that there is some power in there. Oh yes, and I can see it's getting her to this place.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to do this with really power without injuring the partner, right? Like to go there full power with an elbow like this to the chest. But I think she is doing a good mix of showing power but still protecting also her partner.
Mm-hmm. And then the grabbing hands were fast as well, which is always a bit the tricky part.
Okay, now comes the takedown application. You saw the motion just now. Let's see. She goes in, and throws the partner over the leg. What do you say about this application?
Yeah, the second one is much better. Like from what I saw, there was more momentum and more. Contact from one body to another. No, I see she's like really transferring mass there. It's nice.
Yeah, and we also have to mention maybe here that the students didn't practice the applications until 2 weeks before the competition. So yeah, I think for this it looks good.
Yeah, and her balance wasn't shaky as she was doing the takedown. So
yeah, it's actually not so easy to go into this takedown that she did and stay stable in the end. And I think she did a good job there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello, my name is Natalie. I feel very ready for the competition today. And I train like I always do. I try to enjoy the way, because I see this competition as an opportunity for me to just show my spirit.
Okay, and our next competitor is Neta. What can you tell us about Neta?
Yeah, we see here in the stats that Neta is 1.5 years here in the school. She will perform the Thai 18 form. Yeah, and this form has a difficulty level from 2 out of 5. So it's a more easy form, but actually I feel like it's really difficult to show this form in a nice way because it's short and has many difficult movements inside still. And
how long has she been practicing it, you said?
The form itself, she's practicing for 4 weeks so far. Yeah.
So it will be quite interesting, a short and very dynamic form.
Yes, exactly.
Confident, as always.
Yeah, this is Neta.
And building up for the opening.
Yeah. We adjusted here a bit the opening to make it a bit shorter. Usually, traditionally, you have here a longer opening, but it's quite long. So to make it more exciting, we took a bit out of it. Just this as a side information. Yeah, we have here this basic exercise transforming heaven and earth from our basic standing Qigong, Hui Chun Qigong, that is part of the beginning of the 18th form that you see here now. And she does this very well. She takes her time, shifts the weight good from side to side. And now we are curious to see the fast parts of the form.
So far she remained calm and composed and flow into motion, a little bit of shake on the leg.
This maybe will give some points away from the judges. Let's see how they will see it. But of course, in these stances you want to stand super stable if you have them in the form.
Here again, very calm.
Yeah, and here you really have the 5 animals, and with these 5 animals you have different qualities of motion. You saw now the crane going into the turtle. The turtle want to be structured, and now it's flowing into the dragon. Bam! And she does this really nice, shows this freedom of the dragon here.
Mm-hmm. The stances look solid as well to me.
Yes. Yeah, I have to say she really improved in the last period of the preparation here. This kick, I really like this part, how she's doing the form. Now comes 2 snake motions. Let's see how she's doing this. Sting and turn. How did you like this?
I like the turn more. And here the falling palm was really nicely good. And sink into the needle. Yes, it's very interesting. She has this way of putting her personality in a lot of the forms, and they look kind of their own unique way.
Yeah, I think this is a nice and fitting skill for Tai especially. Like I felt like this form directly, it was fitting to her and looked interesting from the beginning.
Showing strength here in the posture.
Yeah, it was from my point of view a really solid performance.
Yes, really alternating between taking comfortably the space and then moving fast through it.
Yeah, and no bigger mistakes. I mean, we had this shake in the beginning, but apart from this, really solid. Then I am really curious now to see the applications of her, how she brings the movement of the form into life.
Neta, the natural.
Up, blocking with one hand, taking over with the other, and hitting to the liver area. This one looked good. The one before was less good.
She brought the speed now.
Yeah, okay, and this one again. Yeah. There, I mean, you see that there's not too much practice in these movements, but I also think it's interesting to see them with a partner, also in general, to see if they have like application sense or not. Yeah. And if they're in the combat team, usually they have more of this.
And here's a wrestling introduction to this technique, much better than the previous one, I have to say.
Yeah. This one is also again really suiting her, huh? Nice entry.
Like she has much more flow and much more understanding of it. I think there's a little bit off balance, but the takedown took the person down.
Yeah, did his job. And you have to say here, it's also like almost double the weight with Andreas, huh?
Yes.
David against Goliath almost.
Oh, very nice. I'm more impressed by this part.
Yeah. Yeah, first application, okay, but the second was really, really good, I would say. Great performance all in all.
Hi, my name is Daniel. How did I prepare? So, yeah, I did my training or some training. Like the others were more diligent than me, let's say. But I feel ready enough to show what I can do. I'm not afraid, but I also wouldn't say that doesn't matter. But I'm a bit more or less a bit relaxed about it.
Okay, let us come to the last one for this competition. Daniel, the pure spirit. Do you want to talk about his stats?
Yes, so he has been in the school for about 5 years. He's been training the form just like the others, 4 weeks. And the form that he will be performing is a new form in the system, the Chising Pigwa. Yes, I'm really curious as it's also quite long and fairly complicated form. Let's see Daniel's performance.
Ah, look at him here now. He's coming in.
Like we can see extra points for the jackets.
I'm sure our judges will like this.
Yes.
And also here you saw again his trademark, cleaning the shoes for not being slippery.
That's a good habit of Baji, showing strength in the postures.
Yeah, and I like the rhythm he brings now in this beginning moment. Yeah, when I saw him practicing, I always was a bit like maybe he was rushing things too much, but now I feel he has for now a good rhythm in the form.
Yeah, it's more composed.
Yeah, taking his time, but also mixing in fast Pigwa motions. And here dragon steps. I think this can look also more light, but it's good for 4 weeks of training.
But there is also good flow in it.
Yeah. Oh, here. He missed the step, huh? This we both saw directly.
Yes.
And here, of course, the Bagua people will not like this turning and stance he arrived to. But I think he can make it good with the part after here.
Yes, here we can see very large stance that are characteristic of Daniel. Looking good generally.
Yeah. And sometimes his eyes can be more present, I think. You see here, not always the eyes complete interaction with expression, but also still good,
Yes, and apart for this step, it was very grounded, very solid, anchored onto the floor.
Yeah, I really like this performance of the form he did.
Very dynamic.
I think he has, for sure, he has chances of winning this competition when his applications will look the same solid. And,
well, I mean, knowing how he has been teaching and practicing in the fight team, yeah, you have to, like other competitors haven't spent such amount of time in the fight team, so I expect high quality applications from Daniel.
Yeah, me too, actually. But yeah, to bring applications from a form can always be a bit different, but at least you should have the feeling of it. Blocking the jab and going for the groins and to the liver. Okay.
That's slow motion. Let's see if he's going to accelerate the pace.
Okay, the camera is not perfectly now in place. Maybe here better.
Yeah, we can see already there's a good flow because there are quite large movements and quite many of them, and he's able to perform them in a short time.
Yeah, for me, it could be a bit faster. It could be a bit more with heavy arms, because Pigwa is about this heavy arms, this heavy body, and light arms, but with a lot of strength in the arms. And this I don't really see now in these applications, but you see that he knows how to move his partner. You see that he...
Yes. We have here somebody who's used to take people down and who's used to manage his distance in a fight.
Yeah, and also in the last competition, if you remember, he was also in the fight, in the Sander fight against you, Benjo.
Against me, exactly. I remember that.
Okay, this was Daniel with his performance, and our last competitor today, and we will see us in a second again, giving a short overview of the whole competition and waiting for the results of our judges.
Yes, can't wait for what the judges have to say. Okay, and here we are again at the end of the performances of our participants. So, Steve, who is your little favorite in this competition? Who do you think has a chance to win?
Yeah, for me it's difficult because, of course, they're all my favorites as my students, all of them. It's hard for me to say this one was the best.
For sure.
Yes, but I think from the experience, Daniel should have the best chances because he had the most experience to win this competition.
But this time we have, like last year, actually a reverse experience point system. Can you explain that?
Because the more experience you have, the less points you get for the experience level. This means like Daniel, with his 5 years of practice, he will get only 2 points out of 5. When someone that has just 1 year of practice will get 5 points out of 5. So he has a clear disadvantage, and the question is, with his application and with his form, is he able to make this disadvantage good again? And so I think also others have great chances, like Mart has a great performance with her Bagua, and Bagua is really difficult to walk like she did. She had just 1-2 small mistakes inside the form. And also she has good chances, but also Stacia and Neta and all of them did a great job today. It's hard for me to know what the judges will decide.
Yes, it's always very interesting to see the amount of quality that can come out of 4 weeks of work. And I really wish good luck to all the participants to win this amazing prize that we have here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And now on to the final step of our event, the Hidden Warrior Championship, the granting of the first, second, and third spot, and of course our prize, the Hidden Warrior Sword. Maybe some last words from the organization, Steve?
Yeah, I want to say I was really impressed of all the performances. I'm happy that I don't had to judge these performances. But yeah, our judges had a hard work, but still they found the third, second, and first place of this competition. And I'm curious now to hear from you, Benjo. Who are the winners of this event?
Well, let's see. So, on the third place, with a total scoring points of 93, Tamar. On the second place, with a total very close of 94 points, Daniel. And on the first spot, this year's Hidden Warrior is, with a total of points of 98, Mart. Woo! Yes, the nice part. Congratulations to the champions and congratulations to everybody who participated and everybody who was supporting in the shadows, whether it was cooking for the event or simply being there. All right, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.
So I'm now with Mart, this year's Hidden Warrior champion, and first, congratulations, first and foremost. And I wanted to ask about your impressions. First, let's go back to the training stage. Like, how long have you been preparing for this competition, and how did it feel for you to prepare?
How long? I don't remember exactly, something like 2-3 weeks. I think really intense. And it was, like the very beginning was difficult because I felt I don't know how to go out of what I'm usually doing. And then I found some help and with friends, and I also in a way, it was really motivating me, even if I didn't really care about winning, but it's give me a lot of energy, this preparation.
So you won this year's championship. How do you feel about that? How like you just received the sword prize? I think you can keep it for a year, and you might have to defend your title in the next year's championship. So what's the first thing that came to your mind when your name was announced?
I was a bit, I was not really prepared for that. I mean, I was maybe prepared to be somewhere in the podium, but not in the first place. And then, a bit, I don't know, a bit shame actually.
Shame? Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Also, when I was watching myself, I felt that I progressed, but I didn't feel that I did so good or like better than the other one. So I don't know. I was a bit surprised.
So you participated doing a Bagua form, right?
Yes.
So you've been practicing Bagua for about a year and a half?
Yes, a bit more than a year, yes.
Okay, and yes, I think it's a good, like you were mentioning the fact that you were really surprised that you were the first, and that you were really surprised that people like gave high rating to your performance, but I think it's really nice to like have a bit an eye from the outside, because when we train every day here, like you don't really realize how much you progress, but then once you have somebody who's not seeing you in a while, judging what you do and giving you like the maximum points, then it's really a validation. And how does it make you feel?
Yes, I think I like it to have like this judge from the outside, and also people that know what we train here. Makes sense. So I'm happy about it. I don't know what to say.
Okay, one last question. The last year's champion Kerem didn't have a chance this year to defend her title. If she comes back next year, do you think you will? How do you think it will happen in the competition? It will be quite a difficult rival, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, I think it will be difficult, but also a good challenge. And I don't know. I'm a bit wondering how she's training at the moment, but it will be a big challenge. But also, I mean, it's also just a good experience anyway. So I will be sad to lose the sword, but I will be motivated to keep it. So yeah.
Great. Meanwhile, have fun with the sword, and congratulations again.
The sword of the 5 animals, given with one purpose only: to find, amongst a bunch of clumsy amateurs, the only one worthy of carrying it. To find the chosen one. Join us now, when it is about time to find the true Hidden Warrior Champion! Boom!